YouTube? Got my little cheat sheet. Today I'm going to talk about Hidden Arsenal 2. Just came out, I believe, last week or the week before. I'm not really impressed with it. To be completely honest, when you compare it to Hidden Arsenal 1, it's actually a really big letdown. I'm not a fan of the Hidden Arsenal sets in general because I feel like here's basically what they do. They give you, a lot of good synchros, but then they also try and mash up like 3 or 4 other, just starter themes, and they throw them all together, and it's like, okay, that's fine if you want to mix in a bunch of themes, but you could at least, give us a good amount of support for that theme. What they do is they try and give you like 5 or 4 cards of that one theme. I think, to be honest, I think there's like one Flame Veil in Hidden Arsenal 2, which is just, it's weird. And then when you get all those themes mixed in and you get a booster pack, it's like you just get a bunch of random shit, and it's all monsters, and it's like, it's really weird. I think Hidden Arsenal are all monsters anyway. Okay, one reason I'm down on Hidden Arsenal is because, okay, it has 2 big, I guess, sought after synchros. One of them is Natural Beast, which is good. It's not that good this format. The reason why Natural Beast isn't good this format, first off, it would have been a lot better when Cat was at 2 because people were playing Sea Koala then, which was an instant. Sea Koala would have been an instant Natural Beast with Air Balance. But spells are really down this format. You're hard pressed to find a deck that actually runs more than like 9 spells this format. It's not like Destiny decks where you're going to play 2 copies of D-Draw, Brain Control, Mind Control, 2 copies of Allure, all that good stuff. So the spell count is down. Traps are really up this format, which makes it bad for Natural Beast. And then you have DeLorean, or DeLorean, I don't know, I'm just going to call him DeLorean, however you say his name, which, okay, the card looks amazing, and it looks kind of cool, and it kind of has that cool vibe around it, but it, in essence, is just really not that competitive of a card. The reason why the card was so hot, the reason why it got limited to 2, was because of Symbol of Duty's OTKs in Japan using Dark Strike Fighter, and then when Dark Strike got banned, I guess they just, threw in like Mash Armor or whatever. The only time you'd be able to do this OTK, because basically it requires you to summon 3 of him, and then pitch them all the Mash Driver, and then you play Symbols of Duty, and you can revive one, then you can activate its effect, put Symbols of Duty right in your hand, and you can just, it's an infinite loop. The problem with it is number one, the only deck that can really summon 3 of him is Frog OTK, or Frog FTK. Which is fine, but it's like the Frog FTK in itself is a lot more consistent than that, because a simple Crow basically disrupts your entire combo. One Crow, you guys know, doesn't stop Frog FTK. So the only deck that can actually pull off these FTKs is an FTK itself that's more consistent than the FTK you're trying to do. Exactly. It doesn't really make any sense to try and do it. So I don't understand why anybody would go out and drop like $15 or anything near that for that card. To be honest, it should be like a $4 card. You have Fables and Naturias. There barely any Naturias in this set, or Fables. I think there's like 5 of them. Fables look pretty interesting. Just, I don't know a whole lot about Fables and their deck construction. I know they're not really doing much in Japan. Just looking at their effects and how their effects work, instantly you would think Dark World, because you could play something like Card Destruction and drop 4 cards, and every single card that you discarded, not only would you draw, but you could potentially be just summoning everything that you discarded, so that would be kind of fun. I don't know how competitive they will be in the American meta. I ain't gonna say. I think for right now, Tier 2 is just a nice place to put them, just so I don't look foolish later. Naturias, obviously, when they get more support and Duelist Revolutions comes out, I'll be able to make a better prediction on them. But for now, I'll just say, the ones in there are decent. They're nothing special. And Genix and Ally of Justice, they're okay cards. They've got good synchros, kind of like Ice Barriers. Like, Ice Barriers have amazing synchros, but all the regular monsters are garbage. And Ally of Justice and Genix are kind of the same way. And the problem with Ally of Justice and Genix, it's not really their fault, or maybe not even Konami's fault, is with Cyber Dragon at 2, it kind of makes them a liability. In a lot of my decks, I side deck 2 copies of Cyber Dragon, and then you could just make Fortress and rape them, which, in hindsight, a lot of people will say, well, Cap, you can do that to gadgets. And you know that's true. You can do that to gadgets, but gadgets are instant floaters. They get one for once, and they play a shit ton of removal. These other decks don't, so it's just really not the same. Then you have stuff like Jirak and more Flame Veil, just garbage stuff. So it's not like I wouldn't be running out and picking up many packs of this set. To be completely honest, I wouldn't buy any. I don't think that there are many cards in this set worth buying. I mean, I guess if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 3 out of 10. It's not terrible. It's a huge disappointment from coming from Hidden Arsenal 1, which obviously Hidden Arsenal 1 had Catastor, Mistworm, and Baronic. All of them are just really good. Catastor has been basically a staple in extra deck. Same thing with Baronic since they came out. But, I mean, Baronic had a whole format where he was just like the most busted card. So, obviously, you know, Baronic just being released in your set is going to be good. But, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. You know, I guess I kind of just scratched my head when people were like, yeah, Hidden Arsenal 2 is so great. And I'm like, why? It didn't really release that many competitive cards, to be completely honest. So, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. There's supposed to be a combo that doesn't involve Rodentoden and Frogs with DeLorean and OTK. If you guys know that, just make a comment, post it, because I'm unaware of it. So, you know, also, I think I'm at 998 subscribers. When I do hit 1,000, I'm going to make another video. So look out for that. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Stay frosty. The Capital G Show is brought to you in part by Lightsworn. Only have 3 names? Fuck it. Drop JD anyway. And thanks to viewers like you. Thank you.